Today we're starting a Football Manager 26 challenge where I attempt to recreate one of the biggest underdog stories in football history. In 1983, Sir Alex Ferguson took Aberdeen to European glory against all odds, defeating European giant Real Madrid. Now I'm trying to do the same on FM26. Can I rebuild Aberdeen into a team capable of conquering Europe again? We've got 10 seasons to make this happen, so let's find out. It's certainly not going to be an easy challenge, but it's one that I'm looking forward to trying. And I think 10 seasons. There's certainly potential that we can get pretty close. The main objective is going to be getting into the Champions League as soon as possible, because the Champions League money is what's going to allow us to make the signings that we need to make to even get close to challenging. Now Aberdeen do start off with Europa League qualification playoffs, so we'll find out shortly who we're going to be playing in that. Hopefully we can get into that, because it could be, well, it's going to be lucrative. I think if we don't win the playoffs, we could potentially end up in the Conference League, which is obviously a gain. It's that's going to be more money for transfers next season. And the main priority in the league is going to be, again, finishing in those European qualification spots. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the introductions and whatnot. I'm just going to skip over it because it's same old stuff that everybody does on every save. I'm not sure. Well, I know you're not going to be wanting to look through those. So we'll get straight into it. And for the free transfers, see what's about. As you can see at the bottom right, currently only have a transfer budget of 500k, which is certainly not going to be enough to get any real good signings in. So first of all, look at free transfers. There's a couple of players I recognise here. Obviously, Daniel Amartey, as we've just seen. How do you say that? I didn't even see it. Daniele and Beulah. And then obviously Dimitri Payet probably would have been good 6 or 7 years ago. But his legs are probably gone by now. Serge Aurier popping up, 32 years old. He could be a fairly decent signing. Apologies if I'm ignorant to the quality of the Scottish League, but he could be a potentially very good signing for us. I'll compare him to our current right back, which is Nicky Devlin, who 31, so he's also getting on a little bit. He looks okay. Certainly nothing spectacular. Certainly could be upgraded upon as well. So we'll scout Aurier, although I have actually already gone through and approached 4 new scouts. I think we've potentially got 5 scouts in total, and 4 of the scouts that we currently have, their judging player potential and ability weren't great. So I've already approached 4 new ones to replace them, because obviously we're going to need good scouts to find us players, especially cheap and free players. Can't really be wasting money. Let's see if there's anybody else we can see. Lucas Braga potentially could be okay. I think the wings are looking quite weak in the current team. Nathan Redmond could be a potentially good signing for the left wing. I would have thought he's still got a bit about him. Another thing we can check is the clauses. Potentially be a bit of money in here for us. Yeah, so 190k there, 185k there. And who else? We've got Lewis Ferguson, 1.7 million that we'll take that. That is certainly a massive help to the budget. And another 350k there. And another 185k there. So all of a sudden we've gone from a 500k budget to certainly a couple of million at least. That'll certainly help us get more players in. I've also set up some recruitment focuses, ready to potentially find some future wonder kids. But obviously we'll see. We'll see about that once the scouts come in. And having a look at Brandon Williams here, he looks pretty solid. He's quite happy to come to us as well. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to offer those wages, but we can certainly try. We'll have we'll give him a scout, see what they think, and maybe come back to that one. Arthur Okonkwo could be a good one. We're going to need a good solid goalkeeper. So he looks like he could be happy to come to us as well. I think he'll certainly be better than what we've got. We'll send a little inquiry, see what Wrexham think about that. And who else? He looks okay. Nothing particularly great. What about this Liam Cullen? 15 finishing, 16 determination, some okay physicals, perfectionist personality. Let's give him a little inquiry. He could be a good signing for us. See what they think about that. They want 3 million for him. Well, that'd certainly be all of our budget gone. 2.92 million we've got now after all those clauses. I certainly think he'd be good enough for us. Let's see. Let's see if we can save some of the money and use the installments to take the majority of the hit. 1.5 up front and 2 million they've accepted straight away. Would be a really good sign in. Let's see if we can get him in. See if he actually wants to come. Does want to come. Right, he wants 12k a week and we can only offer 6. Great. Let's see what we can offer here. Maybe add a couple of clauses in. Yeah, so it's come down to 11.5. Even the loyalty bonus is way too much. It's come down to 11 now. Yeah, we're going to need to up all of these bonuses and maybe add some clauses in as well. I'm probably going to do myself dirty in the long run here if we don't get European football. But although obviously I'm adding all these big bonuses in, the aim is obviously to get Champions League football, which the money coming from that should more than cover all this stuff. So, right, wage after reaching 5 games, we can bump that up there. So, basically, we'll be on 7k straight away. That wasn't enough. What else can we do? We'll give him a match highest earner clause, which might end up coming back to bite us. We'll do the wage after 5 games again. Can't just do 5 and 10 and add more onto each time. Yeah, so we're just going to have to go with a 5. Put that at 7k, and that match highest earner clause has just got us through that somehow. Yeah, so hopefully, like I say, we are making money from European football to basically cover all this, so it doesn't become an issue. But if we miss out on Europe, this could be something that cripples us in the long term. They've dismissed our inquiry, so let's offer them just 1 million. No, not enough. Let's mess around with these figures again. Let's see if we can get these in, shall we? Yeah, so we'll go with 1 million up front, and over 12 months we'll give them another mil. No, not enough. We need to keep that initial payment down. Try 1 mil, 1.5 over 12 months, and then nope, still not enough. Yeah, that might not a bad one. Bonus upon winning Team of the year. 300k, 500k for that for the 50 games. Not too bad. Quite happy with that in the end. Let's see if we can get him in. What does he want? 9k. We might end up having to blow all these bonuses just to get a couple of players in. These championship signings are obviously on way more money than what we can offer at the moment. We'll try the wage after 5 games with him as well. See if he'll take the bait with that, and he will. Perfect. Nice. Potentially a new striker and a new signing, a new goalkeeper. Sorry. Cullen straight away coming through. Perfect. Hopefully that's a new star striker for us. We'll get that one confirmed. A 2.5 deducted from the transfer budget of 2.9. Charlie, why is it so much? I don't think his signing on fee was that much, or maybe it was the agent fee that's bumped that up. I was hoping that would leave us enough in to get a Conquo in, but that's potentially going to hook us in the long term. But current transfer value now, after signing Cullen, 6.2 to 7 million. So that's a good sign that he's actually worth more than what we paid. Typically, a Conquo is happy to come, and don't think we're going to be able to actually make that happen now. A couple of these scare reports are all too much money, which is an issue, even though they're coming back with good abilities or good potential abilities. 1.3 million is maybe something we can look at making happen. By the Conquo deal, he's agreed to come, but we do not have the money, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sell the players that we need to raise the money for this transfer. So, yeah, I think we're already over the wage budget and we've got 400k. I'm going to cancel that because I just don't see how we're going to make. I don't see how we're going to make the money for that. Have a look at this guy instead. Ayrton Moyes, right winger. Like I was saying, the wings were looking pretty weak from when I was looking at the squad screen. He's quite happy to come. He's looking for 8.5. Managed to get that down a little bit. Obviously, you've seen with the last couple of signing, well, with the Cullen signing and the potential Conquo signing, we're only able to offer £6,000 a week, which is going to make this difficult for this first season. But we'll see if we can make it work. No, his agent isn't giving much wiggle room. We'll try this wage after club league games with him. We'll bump that up to 7k a week. What else? We'll up the appearance bonus, and he's happy with that. Perfect. Right, so we've got a potential new right winger coming in. What about this higher on? Another Brazilian, 32 years old, plays left and central, attacking midfield. We've got some pretty solid stats, pretty well rounded. Maybe one we look at later. Right, this is the setup that I've got at the minute, basically. I've put us in a 4-3-3. I've kept it fairly simple. We've got wing backs, ball playing centre backs, 2 inside forwards, and a striker. We'll see how we get on with that. Give Liam Cullen the number 10 shirt, and we'll fire straight into our first game. Didn't actually look who we've got. Who have we got? We have got Hearts away. I'd imagine they are one of the teams towards the top of the predicted table. Yeah, just checking everything's all up. Got the speed between highlights on. Perfect. And let's see if we can start this managerial reign with a win. And you'll notice, as I just have, on their team sheet at right back is a certain Sir Aurier. So we will certainly not be signing him. And we will certainly not be starting off great as we go 1-0 down to a goal from Islam Chesnikov. Right. Not ideal. Well, the stats suggest we've started off the better. The scoreline suggests otherwise. Devlin clears it to Milanovic. Milanovic is going to play it forward to Keskinen. Back to Milanovic. Pulls it back to Cameron. He spreads it wide to Devlin. Devlin knocks it down the line to Milanovic. And Milanovic crosses it into Cullen. And I'm not sure how he finished that, but he has finished it. And he scored on his debut, making it 1-1 after 25 minutes. Not bad. Hopefully plenty more to come for Cullen. Let's see if we can build on that and maybe get a second before half time. Keskinen plays it forward to McIntyre. McIntyre dribbles out wide to the byline, pulls it across the back post, but it's cleared. Devlin, though, plays it forward to Armstrong, who goes for it, and he hits the crossbar, but it goes over. Good effort from Armstrong there. Armstrong, who I didn't actually realise had signed for Aberdeen until I started this save. Last I remember was him playing for Southampton. Let's not concede another before half time, shall we? With Hearts on the attack, as Milne pulls it across, and it's a good block there by Noster. Pulling it out for a corner as we go in at half time, 1-1. Not the worst first half. Obviously, like I say earlier, these will be one of the teams you predicted to finish towards the top of the table. Obviously, you got Celtic and Rangers will be at the top, and then these will be ones. Us and Hearts and Hibs will be ones I'd imagine will be around about 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place. We'll give them a little encourage as we start the second half with a highlight for Hearts. Not what we're looking for. Milne goes for it, but it's just wide. Yeah, just the one shot on target so far for Hearts, equaling or giving them the goal, typically. Usually how it works, isn't it? Armstrong picks it up. Plays it in behind to McIntyre down the left, who pulls it across goal to Milanovic, but it's cleared only as far as Devlin. And Devlin cuts back, pulls it to the edge. Milanovic squares it to Armstrong, and it's another goal, another debut goal. Nicholas Milanovic with the assist for Stuart Armstrong to put us 2-1 in the lead 56 minutes in, away at Hearts on our first game. Good start. Lovely little square pass from Milanovic there to Armstrong. Goes across goal, fires it in the top right-hand corner. Still just the one shot on target for Hearts. 5 for us. Let's maybe look at a couple of subs, shall we? Cullen playing well. Keskinen's not started off great, so we'll take him off for Bilalovic. And McIntyre not doing particularly great at left back, so we'll swap him out for Jensen and see if we can maybe add to our 2 goals and make this a bit more comfortable. As a cross comes in for Hart, cleared to the edge of the box. He's gone for it, and it's just wide of the post. Good effort. But thankfully for us, goes wide. Well, not too much happened. We've still not managed to get another shot on target since about 60th minute. We've had quite a lot of shots, and the XG's, well, I guess 2 goals and 1.97 XG is pretty accurate, but we'll make a couple of changes. We'll get Cameron off for Aremu. We'll get Armstrong off for Alaversa, just to get some fresh legs on. And while we're doing that, we've conceded a goal. Great. I didn't even see that. Lawrence Shankland. I'm sure that guy's been around for about 30 years. It certainly feels like it. As we got a corner with Geiger. He's going to whip it in. And it's cleared out to the right with Bilalovic, who dribbles past his man. And he's going to go all the way. And he has gone all the way and slips it under the keeper to make it 3-2. I thought he was just going to square it there, but no. He went for it himself, slips it under the keeper, and it's 3-2 in the 89th minute. Surely we don't mess this up now. Hopefully not, anyway. No. No issues there with the 5 minutes of extra time, and we start with a 3-2 win away at Hearts. Perfect. That is certainly how we were looking to start. And I need to change my responsibilities because I do not deal with press conferences. Yeah, we're still a narrow Hearts win. Let's have a quick look at the predicted odds. Yeah, so Hearts predicted to come third, Hibs in fourth, and us in fifth. So 3-2 win against predicted third place Hearts is certainly a good start. Right, we've got Celtic up next. Nothing really happened between the Hearts game and this one. So let's get ready for that one. We're not going to make any changes, and we're going to fire straight into it. Home this time for our first home game of the season. And let's see how we get on here. Still no, other than the Cullen signing, but not had any new signings yet. And you might notice the stadium looking a little different there. We have currently got the mods on for the stadiums, basically for the realistic stadiums. I noticed on another save that sometimes the camera's kind of looking through the roof, or it can be a bit of an issue. So we'll see how that goes. See if it becomes a problem, and if not, we'll leave it on. But if it does, we'll get that removed. But you might notice, obviously, the stadium looking a little different. The advertisements and the crowds will be looking a little bit different. I think it looks really good when you don't have the issue, obviously, of looking through the roof of a stand or whatnot. But yeah, there are certain stadiums that don't seem to play ball with it. And looking like Pittodrie, which, if you didn't know, is the name of Aberdeen Stadium, certainly might be one of them. On my other side, because I'm a Villa fan, Villa Park was totally fine, but there was a few stadiums in the Premier League that seemed to be an issue with it. I think surprisingly Liverpool was one of them, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. It might not be a big issue. 26 minutes in against Celtic, still 0-0. So we're doing okay at the moment. As a long range effort goes, I think that came off the crossbar. So, well, it turns out it was offside anyway. Not bad. Right, Morrison with a free kick. Devlin plays it forward to Milanovic, who goes long towards Keskinen, but it's going to be too far and carry through straight to Kasper Schmeichel, who drops it to his feet and hits it long. Devlin wins it, and Milanovic picks it up on the right hand side, plays it inside to Cameron, who goes forward towards Cullen, but it's cleared. And then I'm not actually sure what happened there, but it ends up back in Kasper Schmeichel's arms. And the highlight is still ongoing. So is this going to end with a chance for us or for them? As yeah, Maeda with it on the right hand side, as you can only see his name. Goes to the byline, cuts back, goes between two players, lays it off, plays it to the edge of the box, and Callum McGregor, with a shot from distance, puts it in the bottom corner, and we are 1-0 down. Skip that replay because you can't actually see anything, but it's typical. It's just that seems to have had the majority of the ball, the majority of the shots, but with just one on target, we are. It wasn't enough. We're 1-0 down, approaching half time. Right. Kasper Schmeichel on the ball again. Is this going to be one for us or for them? He hits it towards Kearney. Plays it for it. Oh, never mind. It is half time. That was a wonderful highlight there. Thank you, Football Manager. Right, straight into the second half. This is probably going to be a nothing highlight again, I would imagine. Yeah. Now, I would try and pick out some signings that it looks like they've made, but I know nothing about the Scottish League at all. So I couldn't tell you if there's anyone new there or not. Obviously, the only reason I knew that Sergio Aurier was a new signing for Hearts is because we looked at him. And it's going to be another chance for Celtic by the look of it. See if we can change this, because we cannot see anything. Fortunately, can't change the height and zoom, else that would have been the good angle. This aerial angle certainly isn't ideal, and it certainly isn't ideal to watch us concede a second goal. And I don't think you can actually change the angle of the replays, which is annoying. Hopefully we don't concede a third here. Right behind the goal. No, that's not really any better either. Engels goes for it from range. Straight to our goalkeeper, Bratveet. Throws it out to McIntyre down the left-hand side, but nothing coming from it. This vertical scrolling? No. Can't zoom in anymore. Great. Feel like I'm watching through a drone. I think we're just gonna have to deal with the one with the stand in the way, and if the play's under the roof of the stand, that's just gonna be how it is, I'm afraid. Right, let's make a couple of substitutions here because we're not playing particularly great. Milanovic on a 6.04, Cullen on a 6.1. What do we do? Yeah, we'll bring Bilalovic on for Milanovic. And we'll take Cameron out for Afiza Remu, and we'll swap Cullen out for Lazetic, young striker who's already at Aberdeen. He looks okay. Cullen should be the one that's going to be doing all the business for us, but you never know with Football Manager. We've got this guy, Dennis Geiger, who's on loan, who looks like he should be our best player by a distance. We'll see how he gets on across the season. He crosses it in, it's cleared. Ends up at Armstrong's feet, plays it forward to Keskinen. Keskinen plays it inside, straight to Kieran Tierney. Nice one. Maeda dribbles past everyone. Going past everyone, that's 3 men. Pulls it back to the edge of the box. Tierney. Pulls it back to Tierney, plays it back to Maeda, who goes across goal and puts it in the far corner. Now, they're asking VAR for clarification. I didn't think there was an issue with that, but apparently it's offside. Which we will certainly take. Keep it to just the 2 goals for now. Give them a little encourage and see if we can get back into this game. As they go close again, hitting the post there. Make a couple of changes here just for the for some fresh legs as we got a few tired players on. Iheanacho up top. I think Man City that he came through. He was, wasn't it? Before he went to before he ended up at Leicester. But it makes me feel old. Maeda looks like he's probably taking people on. Not that we can actually see anything. He's going to pull it across goal. The shot's blocked, and Aremu launches it forward to Keskinen, who's shoved over by Ralston. But nothing coming from it. We're approaching the end of the game. 15 shots to our 7 in Celtic's favour, and we've still only managed 1 shot on target. And if you don't hit the target, you don't score goals, as Michael Owen will tell you. We finish 2-0 to Celtic, which, to be honest, is kind of expected, but it would have been nice to get the win there. Right. Are any of our players ready to confirm? Nothing as of yet. All right, Ayrton Moises set to sign for Aberdeen. Things you love to see. That one's a done deal. We will confirm that. Can play right wing. Unfortunately, although we are playing inside forwards, his left foot isn't the greatest, but he should certainly still do a job for us. Our wingers, like I say earlier, are not our strongest part of the team, so we'll see how he gets on. Board are happy with it, an A+. I think they're generally happy with every free transfer signing as long as they're of a decent ability. The fans seem to be fairly happy with it, and he's worth a 1.1 to 2.6 million now, which is obviously good. Because if he doesn't turn out to be of any use for us, then look at maybe selling him for some profit. Right, well, have another look at Brandon Williams, and maybe see if we can get him in because I think our left back certainly isn't our strongest suit. I think we might have to do some budget adjusting here, as we're only able to offer £1,300 a week, which is certainly not going to be enough to get Brandon Williams in. And as you can see, Before we go and do that, we've got the draw for the playoffs for the Europa League, and we've been drawn probably, I would imagine, probably one of the toughest teams you could possibly face in Shakhtar, which is certainly not ideal. That is going to be a tough fixture uh, to to win, basically. They're always known for having good youngsters, I think, Shakhtar. We'll see how we get on against them. Anyway, this is somebody else I managed to find kind of like off camera. Um, I think for a 21-year-old goalkeeper, obviously the scouts seem to rate him. He looks pretty solid. I think we've currently got like 3 goalkeepers over the age of like 24, 25. So I think I like kind of working with like 2 goalkeepers really max, and possibly 3 at a push, and then maybe having like a good under 21s keeper or something. So I think I'll look at getting rid of a couple of the goalkeepers, bringing him in, be a good keeper, potentially to go first team, but I guess we'll see. Might be back up, seeing as he's still only 21. But this is the team that we're going to be playing against Adrionians in the League Cup. We're away from home again. We've gone pretty much full strength, but I'm going to skip this match just for time purposes for the video. Rather show you more important games, which we actually managed to win 2-0. Goals from Stuart Armstrong and Bilalovic. So good result. Now we'll see how we get on in the next games. We secure the victory at the Albert Bartlett Stadium. Drawn St Mirren in the League Cup now after that victory. Still waiting on this Hoyran signing. Oh, there we go. Right on cue. That one's ready to come through the door. He's 32 years old, but potentially could be pretty useful for us right now. And like I say, with being a free transfer, it's of no money loss apart from the obviously the wages. The board are pretty happy with it, giving us an A plus, and the fans happy with signing such a talented player. So certainly happy with that. Right, we're going to fire straight into the next game, and we have got Shakhtar away from home in the Europa League playoffs. Like I said, this is going to be a difficult game, but let's see how we get on, shall we? I'm pretty sure that Alisson, who's up top for them, is somebody that kind of known for being bought from like a lot of the bigger teams on other saves that I've played. I'm pretty sure it's him because I know there's a few Alissons about. Obviously, there's the Liverpool goalkeeper, but I'm pretty sure there's one, or maybe I'm thinking of the one that's at Sporting Lisbon. I'm not sure. There's a few, like I say. But anyway, Alisson loses out to Nosta there, and Nosta is going on a one roll up the right wing, and he's going to pass it inside, and one stepped over, and the other one didn't reach it, and we're about to, yep, yeah, yeah, we're 1-0 down. Alisson, all that talk about him. That's Nosta with his 13 passing. I mean, I'm not particularly sure if it's his fault, as one completely ignored the ball and stepped over it, and the other one didn't reach it. So, either way, we're 1-0 down. Certainly not a great start, but like I say, I knew this was going to be a tough fixture for us. Hopefully, we can keep it. We can keep in the game. Maybe take a draw back to Pataudry. Say that like we've actually had a shot, which we haven't. 0 shots in the first 38 minutes as Newton skips past Devlin, and then he's actually tackled by Devlin. I thought it was going to be a penalty then, but it's not. Cullen Clips it over the top to an injured Bilalovic, who shoots from distance with a deflection easily saved by the goalkeeper. Can we potentially? No. Nothing coming from the corner. Pedrinho switches it across all the way to Newton. Newton pulls it back. Little 1-2. Newton skipping past Devlin again. Cuts inside, plays it across the edge of the box. He goes goes for the shot from distance, but looked like a fairly comfortable save for Bratvit. Right, Bratvit plays it out to Morrison. Morrison plays it over to Jensen, and that is going to be the first half. 1-0 to Shakhtar. I mean, not a great showing from us. I know it's only 1-0, but we've not had a shot on target, I don't think, have we? Maybe this is where we get it, as Armstrong fires across into the box from the free kick. Milanovic picks it up. Can he do anything with it? No. Motvienko runs away with it. The left flank. Fires the ball in behind to Allison, and our keeper is in no man's land. And just as we conceded early in the first half, we've conceded early in the second half. Wonderful. And Allison, after me talking about him early on being a danger man, he's proving right as he scores his second goal. Well, let's get Bilalovic off. He's, like I say, not started particularly great. And obviously he's picked up a knock. Switch a couple of players around here and get Milanovic off as well. We're straight back in with another highlight for Shakhtar Donetsk. Marlon switches it out to the left. Newton and Allison causing absolute chaos for us as the cross comes into the far post and it's headed back in, and Allison scores his hat trick. Why did I mention his name at the start of this? 6'2" Nostar, out jumped by a 6-foot striker Allison, and we are 3-0 down. Wonderful. I mean, not that we can see much about him, but he doesn't look particularly great from that. His rating suggests otherwise, though. Right, Cullen's having a stinker again. Armstrong is having an absolute honker. But we don't actually have anyone to sub him out for. So, unfortunately for us, he's going to have to stay on for now. If we can do anything here. Geiger and Jensen playing between themselves. Have we gone long? Right over the top to Lazatic. He's gone to the byline. Tried to pull it back, but it's hit the post. Never in any danger, really. I'm not sure how we've ended up with the corner, but we'll take it. Not that anything's going to come from it. Still only the one shot on target for us. 3 shots in total. We're getting absolutely peppered. Only 38% of the ball as well is not looking good for us, Brev. As Newton picks it up again to Bondarenko. He's going to turn and pass it back to Newton. Now he's going to go past. Another 1-2, a deflected cross, and Allison scores his 4th goal of the game. Oh, why did I mention his name? 4-0. I mean, I knew this was going to be a tough game. I didn't think we'd get absolutely battered 4-0 though. See if we can maybe salvage a goal or something. As we slip Armstrong in. Please. Please don't be offside. I mean, with how Armstrong's rating suggests, yeah, that was kind of what I expected. That's just about how his game's gone, to be honest. Let's see, was this close? Because I thought he was onside, to be honest. No, he's miles off, isn't he? Pretty clearly off. Not sure the lines are particularly accurate, but been absolutely destroyed here by Allison and Newerton. Particularly those two, anyway. Allison on a 10 rating. You don't see that particularly often in Football Manager. Just a 0.35 XG for us. Poor showing from our attack. Hopefully we don't concede any more here. The Raimi plays it forward to Keskinen. And Lazatic slips Armstrong in again, and that is stinking. That wasn't even close. A great chance as well. And it looks like, yep, we're going to lose 4-0. It's going to finish that way. Allison and Newton absolutely destroyed us. Not ideal. Couple of thinking performances there from Armstrong and the goalkeeper Bratvit. Right, Herrera transfer delayed. It's a free transfer. Surely this will be fine. What do we need? 4.6k. Are you joking? Well, we'll delay that. I'm sure we can do something to get that confirmed, ready for the next game. Yeah, this is one of the other goalkeepers. Like I say, 28 years old. I don't think he looks any better than Herrera. Hopefully, we can potentially get him out the door and bring some money in. Now, again, I'm not going to show this game against Dundee United, but this is how we lined up. And as you can see, it's probably good that I'm not showing that, as we got absolutely peppered. 4-0. Back-to-back 4-0 losses. Not ideal. Like I say, I'm not going to show every single game just for the time purposes of the video. And this is how we have gone on so far. I mean, it should have probably been a sign looking at the friendlies, as we draw 3 friendlies there and then lose to Stockport County. That Hearts game giving us a full sense of security. I mean, Celtic losing to those is always a good possibility that's going to happen. And then the win against Airdrie in the Cup, as you'd expect. I mean, I guess Dundee United are only expected to finish, well, the media prediction was 1 below us, so there's certainly a team around us, but we certainly shouldn't be losing 4-0. And that Shakhtar game, also being 4-0, was certainly not ideal. That is where we're going to end today's episode, though, and we will start the next episode with that second leg against Shakhtar. Hopefully, we can get a win, see if we can potentially turn it around. I mean, it's going to be a big ask, but yeah, let's see how we get on. If you haven't already, please do me a favour, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if there's anything you'd like to see in future episodes, let me know in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one.